was for real until I found this shit, man. This where my heart at. Look, I was searching for something, didn't know what it was. Too young to understand, who knew it would have been love.
Teachers, everyone got a vice. I don't give a shit. Some of them are legal, some of them are not, but everyone has one.
Vice always sounds negative.
It just is what it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat this shit for y'all. So basically, you know, teachers like happy hours. There's usually, you know, a little hole in the wall bar that gets filled up on a Friday, sometimes even a Wednesday, where you will find a bunch of people who teach your children.
Most people like happy hours.
Yeah, I think most people do, but I feel like it's...
Teachers are people too.
Yeah, I just feel like it's one of those things that it's like, get yourself some teacher friends so that you can be okay. Mm-hmm. So at this happy hour this past week or whatever, one of the teachers was saying, and his fiance was there, and she was saying that she asked him if he wanted to go to the strip club with her, and he was like, hell,
cool is that?
No. And she was offended that he said no.
He was just immediately like, nah.
Yes, it was an instant no. It wasn't even, I thought twice about it. It was absolutely not. Now, typically, most people say absolutely not because they feel like someone's trying to hide something. His reasoning was, why would you take me to the buffet and I can't eat? Her response, on top of, I'm not paying these hoes a single red cent. So, like, he had a two-parter. We let go of the single red cent. We're not going to fight that battle. Mm-hmm. But she then commenced to say, well, we go to the buffet so we can get new recipes. Like, we don't always got to eat it. We don't know who been touching it. You know, people have been breathing on the food, but we are going to get some new recipes that we can make in the safety of our own kitchen.
That is the best argument and counter argument I've ever heard around that subject, like, ever in life. Because, like, guys definitely have that attitude. It's like, some guys do. It's like, I'm giving money for somebody to rub on me for no reason other than rub it on me. I can rub on myself. You know what I'm saying? I can go into denizens of the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the purpose of this? I'm throwing away actual cash money when I can get something on a screen for free. You know. Plus, I can't smash. You know. So I get that. But then her argument was like, I don't want you to smash. I want us to get some creative ideas.
Yes.
To take back so we can cook something up together.
Yes.
Together.
That was the
cute.
Argument.
That's cute.
So my question to you is, how do you feel about this?
Their argument and counter argument?
Just in general, like, do you think that it's okay for couples to go to strip clubs together?
I think it's cool as fuck. Like, that's one of the things I like about you. You don't have no problems with strip clubs. You've been to strip clubs. We haven't been to strip club together. We're going to have to knock that out eventually.
Yeah, but, we put that on our list of things to do.
And the other thing is we like the same kind of strip club. You know what I'm saying?
Booty, 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 jumping everywhere.
Yeah. So it's not like you like, okay, I'm going to go see some Chippendales. It's like, well, I can't go there with her on that because I don't want to see Wayne. You know what I'm saying? But that's not your real cup of tea.
No dick dancers for you?
No, ma'am. I'm barely one myself. so there's that. But I think it's real cool. I think at the same time though, some people who can't really handle that shit try to be cool when they can't handle that shit. So if you one of them real jelly type of females, and you like, oh, you know, since he like to go or he want to go to strip club, so I'm just gonna indulge him, and you start fuming on the inside, you know, biting your tongue about shit, like smiling on the outside when you want to choke a nigga on the inside. It's like, I don't think there are women like that, bro. Like you've been like that before. You was like, you know what, this shit sucks, but I'm gonna bite my tongue. We both had to do that. It's called marriage. but I think if you're one of those kind of people, it's not a healthy habit to start, because then he gonna think shit's okay when it really ain't sweet, but you trying to, you know, indulge him when you really don't want to, and it's really bothering you a lot. If you're one of them kind of people, like, that's not for you. Or let him have his habit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that sound like a junkie or something. Mm-hmm. But if he likes to go to the strip club on occasion, it's not interrupting y'all finances, he don't fuck none of these hoes, what's the harm? You know what I'm saying? Now, if he has a tendency to try to fuck some of these hoes, or, you know, y'all having trouble, you know, keeping the lights on, that's a different kind of situation. That's like not very different than having a bad drug habit, you know, to be honest. And there's probably a deeper issue afoot as to why he wants to spend all his time in the strip club instead of around you. You know, there's some other concern there. So I would say balance it out. You know, if there's a real reason, like, he shouldn't be doing it, other than, I don't want him around no females. Well, guess what? You need to take him out, because when he goes to work, he's around other females. When he's at the grocery store, he's around other females. So if you think he has an issue, a fidelity issue, then that's a different conversation. But you may not want to be in a relationship with someone who's got a fidelity issue at the same time. What do you think about it, babe?
I mean, you know how I am. I'm just like free spirit ass. Just do what y'all need to do to be happy. Mm-hmm. In which case, I'm
but
just like
that's you though. That's you and me.
I
That's
know.
not everybody.
And so, but I feel like that affects my opinion. I'm just like, well, shit. Like you should try it. I feel like if you are in a committed relationship, fiance, marriage, you know, just a motherfucker, you know, you ain't leaving. And y'all have that type of agreement. If they ask you to try something and it's not something that's going to like physically make you uncomfortable, like it's not like sticking a finger up the butt or something like that.
Okay, that's definitely a no for Robert.
All I'm saying is like a lot of people might just be uncomfortable with that part of sexuality.
I get
so
that.
you know that's kind of pushing it, but going to a strip club and just experiencing it together, like, and it's something you haven't done, like just try it. It ain't gonna kill your ass, and if you don't like it, you don't have to do it again.
Well, if they're as uncomfortable with the strip club as a finger in the butt, then maybe you should leave it alone.
Yeah, but if it's not that far, then why not? Don't be a pooper.
So, okay, let me ask you this then. This might be slightly off topic. Do you think that a couple, like if you and me together, but we both got history with other people, should it be a situation where it's like, well, I know it didn't work with none of these other people, the strip club thing, so I should tell this person I'm not with it? You should start from a blank slate, like.
I think so because I think the reason that I think that you should start from a blank slate is because if you are comparing this relationship to a past relationship, you're calling that baggage now. Don't be a bag lady. I'm not that person.
Or a bag man.
Yeah. I'm not that person. This ain't that relationship. And just because something didn't work in a past relationship doesn't make it a bad idea. It was probably just a bad idea with that person. Mm-hmm. Maybe that motherfucker like cheat. Maybe that motherfucker's a little too grabby or something.
Yeah.
Like, those are all things that play into why you might not have wanted to go to a strip club with them. But it's not fair for you to crucify the next person for something that someone else did. Like, he's not to blame for the fucked up shit that previous cats did. Shouts out to Musiq Soulchild.
I agree with that 110%. When you do that, you're punishing your mate, spouse, life partner, whatever you want to call them, whatever title they got. You punishing them for something somebody else did, and that ain't fair. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, but that's not the same as saying that you personally are uncomfortable with something because you personally are uncomfortable. Right. Like, it could be something like maybe you were molested by a priest, and I know I went really dark, and you don't want to go to confessional because that was not a safe place. Like, that's not that type of baggage.
You don't do that with your partner anyway.
Well, I'm just saying, like, maybe they want you to go to do a confession because y'all Catholic and you're against it, or you know, something like that. Like, that's not the same as I was in a relationship and something went wrong, so now we can't do that. Mm-hmm. Like, you get the difference. Like, one is relationship baggage and one is like personal, like, baggage type of stuff. Not to lessen what I just said, but
you're still uncomfortable with it because of someone else.
I mean, like, it's because of someone else, but one of them is just very different. Like, you need to, the priest situation or, you know, the Catholic situation, that's something different. Like, you have to go personally work yourself through it. It's something that a lot of people, like, even not even taking it that far, like, a lot of people who grow up Catholic don't like to go to Catholic church anymore as they become adults because it was always something that was kind of forced on them. It wasn't explained very well. It wasn't a comfortable place for kids, not really kid friendly. So people have a lot of qualms with that as they grow up. And, you know, Catholic people still like to marry other Catholic people because then they understand. But maybe one person wants to start going back to church, the other person doesn't. That's not the same as relationship baggage. Relationship baggage is Bobby Blue that I used to date cheated. So now I think that if we fall into any of the right parameters, that my new Bobby Red could cheat.
Okay, but I think with that, I think it's better that if somebody's still in that place regarding a previous relationship, you need to communicate that too. Like, look, I have baggage related to this that I have to unpack. I'm going to now that I know that this is something you're interested in, going to the strip club when Bobby Blue used to try to fuck all the hoes in the strip club, I have issues with that. I have not properly unpacked that yet, but I know you, Bobby Red, are very interested in going to the strip club, so I will make it a high priority for me to unpack that quickly so that I can try to get this going with you because I know it's something you want, and I don't want to punish you for what Bobby Blue did. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's more of a meet in the middle rather than just being like, get over it. It's like, because that's not going to go well.
I mean, but you also have to understand that the other person in the scenario is telling you to get over it. Like, they over here like, why didn't you get over that before we got in a relationship? Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
like,
but now that you in it, it's like,
it is what it is at that point.
Yeah. So I would say, guys, not guys, other person in a relationship. Like, if you're the one that wants to go to the strip club and you have a significant other that's not really with it, try to find out why and then try to compromise. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's good to just go and do whatever the hell you want. It's like, okay, you know, since Queenie don't want to go to the strip club with me, I'm just going to get Susie. You know, that's my best friend. She like to kick it. I like being around females in the strip club. It's like, that's not a good idea either, though.
No, because now you're going to make insecurities with Susie, and now she can't come to the house no more. But I will say this. If you're trying to convince your partner or somebody to do something new, you need to know what's the problem, why don't they want to do it, right. And then B, gauge your partner. Like, don't ask, for instance, I'm okay to try some thrill-seeking things. Robert knows that. I'll try ziplining. I'll try parasailing. I am not trying skydiving or what is it when you have the rope, bungee jumping. That's not for me. I'm not even, hell nah. That's too far. But we know that there's other things that we could try together on the thrill-seeking side that I still will try, even though I'm scared.
So if you know, but here's the fair compromise to me with that. If you know, I want to go skydiving. I know you don't. You should not have a problem with me wanting to go skydiving.
Correct, because
right.
We understand that about each other. You're down to do more thrill-seeking things. I'm down to keep my ass on the ground. It's not a fun thing to me. We both acknowledge that. I acknowledge it's fun to you. Now, with that being said, I do not expect for you to be pressuring me to skydive no time soon.
After
we can do
the
indoor thing. Like, I already agreed that I'll try that. We both already know that falling is never fun to me. But as a grown-up who has fallen several times, perhaps. I feel like I have reason. And that's all I'm going to say with that. Know your partner. Do not ask them to do something that you know is not a snowballing chances. Like, they don't have a snowball chance in hell to do. And then be pressuring them about, open up, get outside the box. Like, that's not fair. You're setting yourself up for failure.
I don't think it's bad, though, to try different angles. Like, that's what I like. Like, this scenario you gave with at the happy hour, like, where he had his argument, she had a counter argument. I think her counter argument was perfect because it's like, I don't want you to do this with me, like, for me, so I can get something out of it. There's something we can get out of it if you're more willing to do this. Because then it's like, okay, he still may be like, fuck off, but it's like, at least she sold it the right way. Where it's like, she may still want to go to the strip club. Like, her thing might be like, I want to see some ass cheeks. Okay,
make him clap.
But to get my man here, you know, maybe he can see my ass cheeks a little bit later, you know, in a different kind of way, oscillating differently. If I pick up some stuff from these strippers,
you know, I've learned my isolations now. So
plus,
and strippers love to teach people stripper shit. Like, that's like some shit they don't get to do often. So, you know, instead of couples trying to pick them up and you're like, oh, can you teach my girl how to do it? And she's still getting paid. Like, that's a no pressure situation for a stripper.
Right. And I've never been to a strip club with women, you know, like as a sort of event. So I don't even know what that looks like, to be honest. Like, I know what other people have told me, which is strippers are different in a lot of ways when they're with ladies or when they're with mixed gender couples per se. You know, where it's a guy and some women or something like that. Like, they just conduct themselves differently. I don't know what that looks like. Maybe they're less predatory. Maybe they come across as less predatory.
Yes, they tend to. It depends. Like, I've talked to a lot of strippers, in which case some of them say that, you know, they feel more comfortable performing for a group of women because women know what it feels like to, you know, be objectified, and they don't tend to be super grabby. The danger level is lower. Well, it's just like, you know that they're probably not going to be trying to finger you and, you know, weird shit that loser dudes try to do. Yeah. You know, like, it's just a level of safety that, you know, like, they're not going to grab your titties or grab your ass cheeks hella hard and try to pull them apart like they're not attached to you. You know, just shit that I feel like...
It's a soft caress.
Yes, it's a soft caress. It's a gentle touch. It's a meaningful touch. Like, other women know that your cheeks just don't spread like that. Like, whereas, you know, when you're performing for a group of drunk men, sometimes that stuff goes out the window, apparently.
Yeah, I've never heard of a woman getting thrown out of a strip club.
Yeah.
That was just being a patron. Now, I've heard of women jumping in the strip club because they dude was there and they started a fight, but not just because they was just throwing ones.
But yeah, so, you know, I have heard from strippers that there's an idea that when there is like a couple that they're looking for a third. So, like, that does put up a certain wall, but they said it's really easy to figure out who is and who's not. Right. So you can nip that in the bud real quick.
She starts whispering her ear, what are you doing later? Yeah, so that's the end of the dance. I'll see you later. Thank you.
She's like, y'all can get a private dance, and it's gonna cost you You know, like, they know how to handle that. So I'm like, you know, you treat different people different ways. It's a business. I ain't mad at it.
I am not that type of woman, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I don't do that. Like it is a lap dance only in the champagne room.
That's funny because one of my homeboys who's on another podcast, we were at a strip club and he was like, "Yo, so I'm just trying to see what happens in VIP." He was just saying that to me, and he was being silly. And some stripper was talking about. She's like, "Everybody don't fucking VIP." I was like, "Clearly somebody here does because you got triggered."
Someone done mistook you for the wrong girl a couple of times. I'm sorry, Texas Sin. I'm sorry.
Is that the go-to? Texas Sin.
I thought it'd be good saying that. You know, we're a Texas podcast now.
Ohio Sin just ain't got the right flavor. Columbus Sin. I know what that looks like to me. It looks like some trash.
I'm like, nah, leave that
in
where
my
it's
head.
at.
Like I see dimples and cottage cheese.
Just leave it where it's at.
And pastiness. Yeah. So if you somebody like so couples or even single people, if you one of those people who like really is down with strip clubs, they like strip clubs a lot, like to frank with them, you know, write us in info@blackmaryfly.com. If you're a couple and you guys have had like a qualm about it, where it's like, you know what, bro, like he's got a strip club problem, or maybe you one of the ladies who like to go to the strip club. I feel like you've been to more strip clubs since we've been together than I have.
Probably.
More often. So, but at the same time, I got like that's another thing. Like I'm not somebody who can go to those alone. Like some weirdo dudes. Like for me, it's just a social event. It's like there's liquor and sometimes there's food.
But chicken. I heard some of the best wings come out of strip clubs. So
because if you do it right, and the kitchen is way away from anywhere near the ass. And it's just a nice ambiance. Like, who doesn't like beautiful women? Everybody likes beautiful women, even women. It's just level it like them that is different. So, yeah, I think strip clubs can be cool. I think if you use them wrong, guys, you know, and they substitute for other things, you can run into problems. Or ladies, that too. But everything has to be discussed. You know what I'm saying? If your spouse feels like they can't come to you about something they want to try or do, y'all got a communication issue, like bottom line. And that may be your fault. That might be that person feeling self-conscious. But you guys should be able to talk to each other and say, "Hey, babe, you know, I really like the strip club thing. I think it would be real cool if you came out with me." You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes you got to define parameters. Sometimes people who've never been to a strip club have really bad ideas about what they look like on the inside. They think people finger banging in his orgies and shit like that.
Like it's a dirty place.
And with just people sucking dick in
like
the
it
champagne
smells like
room and
coochie
shit.
or something.
It really never does.
It smells like Love Spell. Like Victoria's Secret body spray.
Oh, that's what
cucumber
that
melon
like.
and shit.
Well, okay, so that's fucked up because I've walked past people before, like in the mall. I'm like, she smells like strip club.
Yeah, and it comes out of Victoria's Secret.
Aw, the more you know.